Sports to the bone, people. Greetings once again. Another Sunday evening live to talk some cricket. Sadly, we're going to be zooming in on the game that we lost this morning. Tough, my viewers and subscribers. But I know most of you still will want to come on and give your piece. So we're gonna take a look at it. Gonna be on for probably about an hour, but we will we'll be able to talk about that defeat there. Once again, we see where the batsmen they were unable to match up. They were unable to match up to the good work done by the bowlers. So, we ended up getting defeated. So, going to talk about it a little bit, Gonna be reading your comments, taking a look at what you guys have to say on that game. Just in case you did not get a chance to see any recap or any, or this highlights or scorecard or anything, even though I figure that most die-hearted fans would have definitely checked the score, even if they did not get to watch. But just to remind you, Pakistan 230 in their first innings. Our reply was 137 with Warrican. Yes, Warrican top scoring. Second innings, Pakistan made 157, giving us a target of 251. We were bowled out for 123 with Alec Arthanes getting a half century there in that final innings. I think it was about 55 that he got. Yes, 55. So that is basically how it went for us, my viewers and subscribers. Probably the only positive coming out, was Jamal Warrican finally getting his first 5-wicket haul. You understand? He's been playing for a while. Had a couple of four-fers, probably about 4 or 5 four-fers, until last night he was able to get that. So shout out to him, and he finished off with 10 wickets in the match. Yeah, man. So go and talk a little bit. Kurt says, good night, sports to the bone. Big up. What an awful batting display by West Indies batsmen. I say again, and Alec remind me of Blackwood making a 50 when he's on the verge of being dropped. Why? You have to remember still that even in the warm-up game, he got some runs. So, we were hoping that he would have brought that form over into this, Obviously he didn't score much in the first innings, and then second innings he got that 50. So really tough, my people. Really tough. But as I said, the positive coming out of that is that Goodikish Warrican, Jamal Warrican got that picked up those wickets. We know that the pitch was difficult, but 2 set of batsmen batted on that pitch. Pakistan had to bat on it. Obviously it's their backyard, so they're going to be familiar. But at the same time, when they're playing at a level, you still want to make sure that you are competing competing still. Yeah, Smith, bless up. Kevin D, blessings. We're still here, talking cricket. I don't know when we're going to learn our lessons and decide to give West Indies cricket a break, but still here looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. Ian, blessings. EL Sports. I said it before, West Indies not ready for certain challenges. They can't play good quick bowling either. Yep. Been saying it, they can't play good quick bowling and they can't play good spin. It's that's just a mark of players that are probably not at the level that you want. You understand? And that's the major difference between elite players and players that are just playing just to play. You understand? And we really and truly understand when you have players out there that you will have players that are good at playing short pace and not too good at spin, and then you'll have players that are good at spin and not too good at pace. You understand? But it's really difficult when you have a team and they are unable to. You can't find a set of batsmen that can really and truly go out there and play. You understand? If we're talking about Test cricket and we're being honest, I can't remember the last time we have produced a couple of good Test batsmen that can manage the spin. Marlon Samuels wasn't too bad. You understand? Darren Bravo when he was, Darren Bravo when he was informed before the whole thing that derailed his career, he was pretty good at facing spin. You understand? Then we'd have to go all the way back to search for people like Shandopal and Sarwan and them guys. It's been tough. It's been tough. Bravo marked them as well and Insta post, I believe, as well. I didn't see it, but at the end of the day, every man is free to do what they want. You understand? He's probably living his best life outside of the game. So if he wants to do that, that is prerogative. I have to ask, Django didn't play, can't see it. I don't know. And sometimes when we identify a one or two player, we say this man should be in the 11, this man should be in the squad. People think that we really believe that they are going to single-handedly win the game. That's not the thing. But sometimes, when you see a situation that is so clear-cut and you are calling for it and you don't get it, you really leave it to wonder why these people, what these people are actually doing, I thought West Indies could have pulled off a series win away. That was my prediction. I give myself what let down. I was saying that boy, I would probably, if we manage to win one, then it would be 1-1, or we probably would draw one. You understand? And then Pakistan win one. That's why I was looking at it, because I know that it's going. It would be tough, but yeah. Sports to the bone. The time is ticking on Brathwaite as captain. If he don't come good in the second test, should be sacked as captain and dropped from the team also against Australia series. So the thing is the thing with this whole thing, I personally think that it's time, but we're looking around and we're wondering who is going to get the captaincy. That's what we're looking at. We can't even find a stable player that we can say, yes, this player easily makes the squad, easily makes the playing 11, and they can come on. I think Ian is trying to come on, but I'm going to open it up further down. I'm going to do it like I generally do it. Just go through the comments. The majority of people can do their input, and then I'll definitely let on those who want to come on and do it. But yeah, I personally think it's time to move on. But we're looking around. We're looking around the squad, and we can't find anyone. I mean, Joshua, he's the man that was being groomed for that position. I think he played like 31, 32, 33, something out there, somewhere there about, probably about 33 consecutive tests. So he was being groomed for that position. It's gonna have to be a case where he really finds his feet in terms of batting. We don't have any complaint with his keeping too tough. We don't have any complaints. But just like any other cricket team, you understand, spots are always been competitive, and I have always said that some of the best glovesmen around the world tend to miss out because of their batting, as much as which a specialist position. I give my favorite player as example. I've said it several times that Dinesh Ramdin is my favorite cricketer, and I've always said that man is the best glove man in the Caribbean. Even years after he stopped, I won't say no, but even years after he stopped, he was easily the best glove man. But they were always searching for somebody that would definitely do well with the glove, but would do some batting. Same thing with England. I like to use that example, because I think that Ben Foakes from England is probably the cleanest wicketkeeper glove man out there, but his batting is probably not the best. So, it's the same situation with Joshua de Silva. And he's probably apart from Brathwaite, you know, if we're looking at batting and thing like that, he's probably the closest in terms of the amount of test play that you would want to give it to. Alzari Reese, I don't know if his mindset has changed. You know, he recently said that he was looking to improve his game and not necessarily get into a position like that. So, you know, if we're looking around, it's really tough, you know. Sports to the Bone, good evening. Hope you enjoyed the Sunday dinner. Until I say I cooked the Sunday dinner and haven't had any just yet. Why was Django not picked? He was fairly competent against Bangladesh. Granted, the golfing skill, but he competent. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. These are some of the questions that the captain needs to be, you know, they need to ask the captain. But you will find that most of the interviews that are being pushed out there on the CWI platform, you know, is the CWI personnel, is the CWI media team that's conducting these interviews. So certain questions aren't being asked. You understand? Yeah, you know, something like that the region would want to know if it was a independent body that's covering the cricket. They would ask that definitely, you know. But it's not like our cricket is at a level where people are going to send out journalists to cover games and something and stuff like that, you know, and ask questions. But you know, it's a case where it's CWI media people asking the question. So things like them not really asking them something, you know. Sports Bone, the second test gonna decide who playing in Australia series and who not, especially when Sammy take over as test coach. Yeah, he's probably looking at some of these players and, you know, and thinking Django, who looks comfortable against spin, should be in the side. So should Mayers. Oh, Django definitely should be in. Don't you remember that? Don't OJ, but don't you remember that we is a reason why Kyle Mayers was dropped from the team, because we had him playing as the number 4 batsman. He wasn't working out. Then we were saying that if he's batting at 4, he should be making the team as a batsman and not be saying that he's batting and going to help us with the bowling. You know, you're saying that he should be in the team what as a specialist batsman or as an all-rounder. Help me out with that part. To be honest, if we remove Craig, the problems be so we have structural problems, not one. Exactly, it's true. It's definitely true. The problems will be the same. And sometimes people come on and hear us talking like this and wonder if we don't know the game or know the history of Western. We know all of the problems, you know, as it relates to players not being able to play enough first class cricket and this and that. But you know, it's what we have. And you know, when a man is in the position and it's not working out, how the system set up is that they are going to be thrown under the bus for a while and then, you know, they walk. But it's not only because of the captaincy and not winning, you know, it's because of his run scoring also. You understand? You know, we definitely we are worried about his you know, the captaincy and the team not winning. But if we're being honest, you know, the batting hasn't been the best either. It's like these guys have never learned how to read or spin out the hand, you know. And some you know, some of the batsmen would tell you that, listen, Laura, all of them, if you watch interviews, some of them will say, boy, sometimes they will look to see what's happening off the pitch, you know. But generally speaking, you need to be able to read the ball out of the hands. You know, that's why he talk about being still at the wicket, being focused. It's not only because of your balance and stuff like that. It's to make sure that you're looking to see what the bowler is doing. You understand? But so sports at the ball, the only option we got is the ODI captain Hope. And how would you? So you're saying that a man that doesn't want to play Test cricket, man that how? What do you mean that he's an option? What do you mean that he's an option and we don't know if he can make the team? We should try Goalie and Django. They scored runs for a few seasons and they look fairly competent. Jade Goalie is not even in the squad, you know. Who to tell if he gets some runs this season again, we might see Darren Sammy bringing him in, you know. Kevin D reminding people to like up the live. We have been on for a while and this is the first time I'm reminding you all to like up the live. Lennox, West Indies hurt me bad. Worse than your football side today. But left-handers Masood, Shakil, and Arthanes and our most informed lefty on the bench. Sums up the bad exactly sums up our bad or decision making is identifying that 3 lefties go out there and get half centuries, and our most informed lefty was on the bench. As I said, Ronald, I can't understand, and I'm not saying that the man would have won the game, but it just, some of the decisions just strange. But I totally agree with you. West Indies batsmen not improving against spin bowling, like their guys are not learning. To be supporter of West Indies and Man United is a serious health concern. I tell you, Ian, I tell you, man. Sometimes I wonder how on earth I take up something like that on my head, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy supporting a team like Man U and West Indies at the same time. My grandparents would say that everywhere you turn, Maka joke you. Bless up, Smith. Bless up. Good night. What happens to young Shandopal? Young Shandopal was sent back to the regional championship to work on some stuff and to score runs. The last championship he didn't get the runs that they would have liked to bring him back in the team, but he's still there. I'm sure he's going to be a part of Guyana's 4-day championship team. I saw not even a warm-up game. I saw where they had a trial game over there in Guyana, and he was there. I think it was his playing 11 versus Anderson or Savore's, but he's there. He's definitely going to be a part of the upcoming championship. But that was the thing, he was dropped, and he hasn't really produced just yet. Similarly to the former vice captain Blackwood, who was dropped and sent back to the region to score runs. You understand? Said he was going to go and try and score a bag of runs to get back in. Haven't seen him yet. Ronaldo, hope you give up some great content again soon, bro. Yeah, man. We know Ronaldo. This man is always on point. For those who are on the live, and you know of Ronaldo 27, he's always on giving his feedback. He also has his channel. You can definitely check him out on YouTube here, Ronaldo. You understand, yeah, man? You can check him out. Mario, same story, different day. You know it go. Same story, different day. Imagine me a United fan and I win this fun. Rough day. I went to bed late and woke up early. Exactly. That's the thing. I went to bed late this morning watching West Indies, and then I woke up early. Said I was gonna watch the Man U game 9 o'clock. So I woke up early. I mean, I'm a man that wake up pretty early. Woke up and was there waiting on the game, and then to watch that, and then watch the Manchester City game and see them Man City drop 6. And it's right now I'm probably gonna have to ask the wife to check the pressure when we finish. It can't not easy. Believe me, Sammy would convince Hope to take the captaincy. Wait and see, Mr. Sammy. Sports to the bone. Sammy is the man who won the T20 trophy 2012 and 2016. Well, I know that he won them. And I also know that he seems to be a people person, and he is generally apparently he's able to wheel people in. You understand? We have seen people who were out of the T20 team, since Sammy took over, they came back in. Let us see, But it's not hard. It's not like it's hard for these guys to come on, Remember, CWI made it clear that, listen, you don't have to, as much as we're struggling and the guys cannot bat, you don't have to go and bat and practice to come and play. You can just get in the team. You understand? If you're performing in ODI or T20, you can get in the test team. You don't have to go and play championship. So it's easy. It's there. It's easy. It's just for these guys to, I say young Shandopal is part of Ghana trials. Yeah, man, they had a little, I think it was last week, I was looking at it, and they had some trial games going on, and he's definitely there. I love to see West Indies selector look at Rutherford for test matches. He is so talented. Don't want to see him turn out like a Pollard who had great potential. And believe me, Smith, if we are looking at it and we can see it, these guys are seeing it. I can't even say selectors because I don't know who the selectors are right now. If we have a panel, because they said they were moving into another direction. Now, that is something that is another thing that they need to come out and clear up. But believe me, Rutherford, just as how we can see it, man, they are seeing it. You understand? They are definitely seeing it, you know. Everyone got dropped but the captain. All right. Good night, bro. I love your life. Blessings, Troy. Blessings. I always look at your show. Yeah, man. Blessings. Thanks for the support, you know. Okay, nobody cannot defend Brathwaite and the rest of the batsmen excuse must stop perform or get dropped. And you know, it's going to be a cycle. You know, it's going to be a cycle. When we drop these players, it's the same thing when the other guys come in because they are just not at that level. You understand? We're just not at that level. You understand? The players are just not at the level that we would want them to be. You know, as I said, when Sammy comes in April, we're probably going to see a little bit. And it's not like they can just go and chop everybody at the same time. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see those players that they send to India, the youngsters, you know, the Wickham, the Teddy Bishop, the Mackenzie. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform in the 4-day regional championship. You understand? I think it starts in the latter stages of this month, like the last week. Going to be very interesting because they are putting a lot of, they are banking a lot on these players. You know, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they will come out and perform in the championship. All right, bless up, Troy, bless up, Guyana, bless up. I mean, no disrespect. I have deep respect for Pramal and Miller and Nagamoto. Destroy teams for years. Years shows how we also destroy teams for years shows how we. So, but I remember batsmen damaging spinners' careers, West Indies battings. Yeah, you know, it's just that we haven't produced. I mean, we have produced players that you would think, you know, they are not just looking to survive. They think they have the technique to survive and they have the ability to score. But, you know, a lot of them, they have actually taken a U-turn from Test cricket, you know. It's tough. It's tough. Yes, I didn't sleep from ball one. It's really rough, you know. Yes, sports to the bone right now. Alec is a carbon copy of Blackwood. Every time he close to get dropped, he makes a 50 to play the second test. Well, I hope that's not the case, you know, because we have seen where you know, we have seen where he has especially last night he tried. You know, it was tough conditions and he tried. We have seen where he, you know, even in the warm-up game where he got into the 90s, wasn't able to get across the line. I think he was about 98. You understand? It's just tough. All right. I feel your pain. I turned my TV off. Yeah, man, it's rough. It's rough. Mm. The time is going to come, man. OJ, it's definitely going to come. It's gonna come. But you know, it's just where our cricket is, and I don't know if it's gonna get any better because it's the same players we have recycling in the region in the 4-day championship, same process, same everything. You know, we have a new T20 league that's coming out. They are trying to produce players to compete with T20 with what's going on in the T20 world, but we don't really see much in terms of the championship. You know, the 4-day game. We don't really see a lot changing. You know, they brought in the 2 new teams and prize money is probably up a bit more, but you know, it's not enough. It's not enough. And sometimes when we look and we see people when players not performing and we say they can go back and, you know, just go and play some red ball cricket and see if they can. People don't like it. People say that, well, all right, now you're fighting the players and, you know, you look and you see players that are 2 times, 3 times better than our players. Once they get dropped from the international team, they are searching down the whole place trying to play first-class cricket. We see Rohit Sharma, you know, trying to make himself available for, I think, the Rajasthan team. I think the team that he plays for in that is the Mumbai. He plays for, I think, the Mumbai team. You understand? The same thing with the England players. Same thing with the Australian players. Whenever they get dropped, they go and play. They don't go and play T10 and T5 and T2 and say that, you know, they're going when they get a next call up for test, they just go straight. You understand? It's a reason, you know. Everybody doing it one way and we're doing it the next way. And we don't realize that our way not working. Our way not working, you know. They're cutting out everything to say that the guys don't need to come and play. You understand? They don't need to play a red ball to get in. And if you look around the world, people playing a whole bag of red ball cricket just to go and play test. I can't understand these people, man. And not even go, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. Let me go and read some comments. Where I said the batting needs a reboot. What do you think about tiered test cricket? Mind you, West Indies were in support of this in 20. I spoke about this. I spoke on this in the last live. I spoke on it in a couple of videos. We deserve to be there based on how we are playing, but I'm not a big fan of it. I would have to know more in terms of how the funding is going to go, if there's going to be promotion, relegation. You understand? Just a couple months ago, we saw how West Indies went to Australia and how they performed. It's probably not something that's going to happen all the while, but it just goes to show that you can have a bottom team just going up against a team like that and just and bringing, and getting a win. You understand? So one thing is for sure, if they can get the lower tier teams playing more games, that would be good. You understand? If they can get them playing more games against each other, that would be good. But I don't know about totally separating the thing. I would have to get more information. Is there a relegation, promotion, how it's going to work? How is the funding going to be distributed? Are they going to continue giving the big three majority of the money? Because if so be the case, we're probably not going to catch up. You understand? They need to stop the ICC need to stop the foolishness too. Because I see where Sri Lanka had a very good year, performing very well, and they reward them with 4 test cricket. They reward them with 4 test match, right? 4 test matches for this upcoming year. And then, we have I think it was even Dale Steyn that came out and made a post talking about that same situation. And then, this two-tier thing that they're talking about, when we look, Australia, England, and India get invited to go and have conversation with ICC. So there are a lot of things I can understand. That if they have top teams playing top teams more often, it's probably going to draw more crowd. It's going to, sell more tickets, and stuff like that. But there are a lot of things, that the ICC, which is the governing body, needs to put into place to make sure that teams are actually getting an opportunity to elevate and not just to keep them down there. So it's a lot of things to it. Alec has problems with the attention span. He needs to reset at small milestones. All right. Sports to the bone, big up. Warrican, yeah, man, yes, first maiden 5, big up. Yeah, man, we spoke about him at the top of the show there, had a couple of 4 of us, probably about 3 or 4, so it was good to see him doing his thing last night. Good night, Sports to the bone. The women team will give us something to smile about after, I lost my night last night over the men. And yeah, the under 19 team got they were defeated heavily, think by 70 odd runs. Where my brain froze load today, I didn't even remember to mention that in the video that I did. Bless the fellas. All right, Paul says good evening. The fellas just ain't good. Give me one reason why the West Indies cricket team should not be relegated to the ICC second tier structure that they are looking to implement. Well, without reading your question, I think I answered it up there just now. I can understand them being a part of that, but I just gave some reasons why I think that it's not just as clear cut. Yeah. All right. Where's 55? All right. OJ, the guy is next to Blackwood. All right. I have observed it takes about 3 years for a batsman to be established in tests from West Indies. Simple solution. Put guys under 23 guys in our top 6 and keep them for a while. They can't do any worse. But the problem is when you look into it, they don't play a lot of, it's not like we get a lot of test matches. So in between the test matches, it's not like they have good competitive cricket that they are playing that's going to keep them at that level. That is really the issue, because we see the talented players coming through in schoolboy cricket, you understand, up to under 19 cricket, and after a while, it just phase out. Guys make 6 figures in pounds and they to play first class. Yeah, and I understand that they are getting paid, but when they are playing when other players overseas playing first class cricket, they are getting paid, yes, but it's improving their game just the same. All right. Did it make sense to drop Shandopal? Yes, it did. Similarly to how it made sense to drop Jermaine Blackwood, who is from my country. When I talk about players getting dropped, people talk about, you know, why not talk about players from other from your country or whatever. He needed to be dropped at the time, and he hasn't. And we can go as far back as the opener prior to him. Campbell deserved to be dropped. Shandopal deserved to be dropped, and what's his name now? You know, Da Silva, the same thing. You understand? The same can be the same. The same is true for a lot of the players. You understand that they can sit. You know. Plus, when you look at it, Louis, when Louis got his opportunity, remember he scored a lot of runs in the championship. I think he scored over 400 runs. So you know they had to give him a look in at that time. You know, keep the under-19 girls in our thoughts. They lost to India, Sri Lanka, and Malaysia next. I want them make it to the next round. Once they beat Sri Lanka, they're good for the next round. Yeah, I think they lost by I think they lost by 70 odd. Oh, I didn't remember that the women were actually playing also. You know, the older women. Try to say that Matthews is on 86 right now. All right, she's doing her thing. Yeah, all the talk now. And I can see Windies beating Pakistan next. And I can see Windies beating Pakistan in the next test. Oh, yes, you can see them beating Pakistan. I don't know if I trust the batsmen. You know, we don't need to do anything with the ball, with the bowling. The bowling is fine. You know, to bowl out Pakistan for under 250 in both innings. You know, as much as always say, oh, the wicket is tough. You understand that they have quite a few guys averaging in the 40s and stuff like that. So they have guys that actually can bat. So for our bowlers to go out there and bowl them out under 250 in both innings, you know, would have been nice to see the batsmen give it a better go. The tier system can work, but with promotion, relegation, furthermore, they should have 3 tiers for emerging teams. Yeah, the promotion, relegation has to be in there. You understand? That's why I'm saying I want to see what ICC has to say about it, but that has to be there. It couldn't be a case where they're just going to leave it like that. As I said, they probably will have to, you know, I explain about the money and all of them sort of things, you know. Pakistan don't make runs like that. They can get bowled out cheaply. All right, totally useless West Indies team, this person says. All right. I hope the relegated team gets support like how the championship promotion playoff match is the richest match in football. That's what I'm saying. You know, it can't be a case where you just relegate teams and just leave it like that. You understand? You know, they would have to do better. We should consider picking players from overseas with Caribbean background to play for us. Who are those players that are at that level that would be able to make the team? That's a problem, you know. As we are coming from, we're you know, similar to football, but remember, cricket is not like that. You have a lot of cricketers overseas that, you know, they are, you know, they can play like that. You know, it's not like you have a lot of cricketers overseas that going. If they think they have a shot at international cricket, they're probably not going to look in our direction, you know. So that is something there. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, my people. You know, it's really tough. We know there are a lot of things that we need to there are a lot of things that we need to fix if we are going to, you know, be able to play at a good level. You know, there are a lot of things that we need to fix. You know, but at the end of the day, when the game is being played, we're still going to look at what's in front of us. You know, Brendan Nash theory. Average high 30s. Yeah, I remember Brendan Nash. You know, I remember when Brendan Nash came into the team. Men will win. Well, so Charles says West Indies men will win the next one. That would be good. The bowlers showed that, you know, they can do their part, and I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do it in the second innings, in the second test, unless the captain and the coach decides to drop the spinners and play an all-pace attack this time. Because I can't really understand them, you know. As we talk here, let me just give you a quick update here. So, you know, West Indies versus Bangladesh, the women. West Indies women are, they are on their way to victory. Bangladesh scored 198 for 9 in 50 overs. West Indies women batting 166 for 1 in 26.2 overs. So we need 33 runs from 23.4 overs with 9 wickets in hand. Hayley Matthews is batting on 87, and Joseph, she is there on 70 from 79, right? So, well, she was dismissed. She was dismissed for 70. So Campbell and Matthews, they are at the crease. Matthews on 2. Campbell on 2 and Hayley Matthews on 87. So, that's the West Indies women versus Bangladesh women. That's what's happening right now. Archer, Jordan, Bethel, Saul, Fisher not leaving. The good teams to come here when they, that. Nobody not doing that. No one's gonna do that. They're not doing that. You forget Archer is Barbados, not England and Saul. Yeah, we know this. But what I'm saying is that I said that players of any level that think they can make it at international level, they're not going to leave to go play for West Indies. But not do that. They're not going to do that. The first thing, they're not going to be paid well. Plus the system that's there to support them when they get injured. The system that's there to provide equipment. It's nobody now do that. No one is going to do that. It's not really going to happen. We saw one of the current brothers that went to play for, I think he's playing for Zimbabwe. He made his debut a couple of weeks ago. You understand? He probably realized that he's not going to get into the England team. He qualified to play for them, so he's doing that. But but not really leave come play for us. I always look at players other nations drop and think to myself, whoa, that guy would be a star for us. Just but like can bat anywhere he wants. It's true. Sports at the bone, I believe that West Indies has a big problem. I think Sammy is going to be overloaded with a huge 3-format job to get back these guys. So an overseas coach to mentor these guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough job. I was when they decided to split the jobs, I was for it. You understand, having the white ball coach and the red ball coach, but now that they have decided to put it together and give it to Sammy, we're definitely gonna support him and see where it goes. But it's gonna be a challenge. Brendan Nash came here after Queensland gave contract and blessing younger players. All right. Not too late to recall the like of Sarwan, Shatapa, Gail Summers. Probably need to do that, yes. Probably need to do that. Probably need to call him back in. Sports at Bond, the under 23 reboot can work. Bangladesh and New Zealand did this successfully. Started 2009, 2010. Bangladesh reaped Musfika, Shakib, and Tamim. We need to start now. No more 29-year-old debutants. Probably that's what they are trying with the guys that they sent to India the other day. The Matthew Nandu. That's I did a video where I was saying, probably Sammy is going to be the man to spearhead it. They had lights of Matthew Nandu, Kirk McKenzie. I think Wickham was a part of that. Joel Andrew, Jordan Johnson, Teddy Bishop. They had a couple of players that they sent, over there to India. I think, those are the players that they are looking to really come with. But generally speaking, you need 1 or 2 senior players in there to build it around. But we can't find nobody. So if they love us, they would come earlier. We're talking about those players. All right. I know Mr. Ian, but there are other players who cannot get pick or perform, and we could send a SOS for them. I always say make it sounds that simple. Sports, some people not real. Neil Duns, the English midfield, played for Guyana in the late 30s, and his son Jaden Duns plays for England. He won a Youth World Cup scoring in English cups. Be real, exactly. We have to know that people going always look for their best interest. Obviously, I want people to be diehard and be patriotic, but at the same time, people not going to leave good opportunity and just, you understand. Right now, even from a personal point of view, you understand. I have my youth. If it so happens that he's he's sports oriented when he gets older. You understand? And he's playing a sport at a level that he can go pro. He would qualify to play for Jamaica because I love Jamaica, not necessarily. Not necessarily mean I'm going to let him throw up all the opportunities to better himself just to go out there and play because I want him to be patriotic. You understand? It's tough. It's tough, you know. We have to make at least 2 changes for the next match. These we're going to make the changes out. You know, your Bradwaite says 12 players we have to pick from. unless Kima Roach is back fit. You understand? Unless Roach is back fit, unless Andy Philip and Joshua De Silva, they didn't say whether they were unfit or not. You understand? They just decided not to play them. Well, it would appear as if they decided just not to use them. So where are the players? They say we have to make at least 2 changes. Remember, it's not a 20-man squad we have there. You know, we have a 15-man squad. You understand? I don't know if Roach is fully healed from whatever he was suffering with Django. So it would be Roach, Django, Roach, Amir Django, Anderson Phillip, and there's someone else that I'm not remembering. Who is the next person? Yeah, I'm not remembering. And Roach, Amir Django, Anderson Phillip. There is some. I'm not remembering somebody because I think it's 15 players, but we're going to get players to select from if we're going to make 2 changes. Oh, I didn't finish reading the rest of your comment. They say these Pakistan guys are not on good form either, so rest the spinner and rest Carty. Bring in Django and Roach. All right, so bring in Django and Roach. So you say rest one of the spinners and bring in Roach because we have seen where in the first couple of overs where the pace has troubled them. So bringing in Roach to help Jaden Seals, probably not the worst idea. And then you are saying Amir Django for Carty. Well, I Amir Django coming in for anybody in the top 5, top 6, I can not them right. I can't have a problem with, you know. I don't have a problem. Man should have been in the team in the first place. You know. Sports Bone, we reach out for any young batsmen from Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa with Caribbean roots because we're looking good batsmen in the game. Sometimes I hear you talking, Kurt, and I have to really wonder if you are being serious. It's the same thing when I tell you that, boy, the T20 players decide not to come and play ODI and Test cricket, and you're saying that we need to convince them, they need to call them and talk to them and convince them. It sounds fun, sounds easy, but you know, it don't really work like that. Louis need to work more on his batting. Yep. Remember, it's just one season. It's one season alone in profile. That's where our cricket is at, you know. And yeah, and Da Silva. I didn't remember Da Silva. Remember, it's one season alone in perform, you know, in the championship, and he gets into the team. So it just goes to show where our cricket is at. We have some good young bowlers in the making, but no young batsmen. As I talk about young bowlers, the last live show that we did last week, Sunday, Mr. Lover had mentioned that there is a big left arm seamer that I don't remember where he was from. The big left arm seamer that's bowling 140s. I don't know if when I came off live, I went on Instagram and I saw where they were playing some, I think it was some T10 or some cricket, and I saw a big left arm seamer. And I'm almost sure that's the guy that he's talking. But if that's the same guy, that guy won't be playing professional, won't be playing international cricket anytime soon because he's flinging the ball. Not even chuck him and fling the ball. You understand? So I don't know if it's the same person. I was trying to find Mr. Lover's Instagram to send him to ask if it's the same player, so we could come and have a discussion on here. Might be one high 130s, 140s, but you know the first ball I see the man have fling the ball. So if Sports you turn a big baller and get a contract with Chelsea, now go play for Reggae, you know. Get a big contract for Manchester United, you mean, eh? What Chelsea? All right. Let's say Louis. All right. Guys, the talent is here in the region. We compete really well. At the under 19, we got to do better. The transition, there is no one now with experience. No, we have to be patient with the young, like Mikel Louis. Yep, I don't know if you're an avid listener, but this is something that we talk about all the time. The transition. We match up with people around the world up to the under 19 level. You understand? I remember when I did the interview with Alec Arthony shortly, probably was about a week before he got his first call up, to the team. And he reminded me that at the under 19 World Cup, he was a top run scorer. You understand? And he played with guys like, I think it was Shubman Gill and quite a few others that they have actually gone on to etch out good careers for themselves. Hodge is the next one. Hodge, I think he was actually in the same camp with Joe Root at one point in time. You understand, if I'm not mistaken. Probably was Root, yes, and, showed good potential, but we know them things they go, we know them things they work. I saw that man also, man, more. Exactly. If you know what I'm talking, he was playing in a bright orange and yellow top. I don't know if it is some Leeward Islands T10 or something going on, but he's a big guy, probably about 6'3", has on some weight. That man look like when people pitching baseball, if it's the same player. So that not even make any sense. Good night. It won't make any difference if you make changes. West Indies players struggle on Pakistan pitches, especially with the spin bowling. Yeah. But probably it won't make a massive difference in terms of us going and dominating. But Django was there for the first, should have been there, Our batsmen need to go play some county cricket overseas, some place. I know it don't happen anymore, but that's needed. The problem, Smith, is nobody wants them. They will take the seamers because the seamers, they're actually matching up to other world-class bowlers. So people are not going to bring in guys from overseas to come on into their team when they can bring through youngsters that would probably outperform them. The last batsman that we saw with a contract, I think last year or the year before, was Shea Hope. You understand? And he was doing well. He played a couple of games, was doing well until he got picked up by a T20 team, scored some runs, then he got a look in, scored runs in CPL, then we see, he got a look in the West Indies T20 team, and he has totally made a U-turn, it would appear, because that's why he went to play regional, I think he had planned to play regional championship, then he went and he got the contract to play over there. And he scored some runs. I think he had an 80 and a 50, if I'm not mistaken. And it so happened that he got the opportunity to play T20 cricket. Obviously, he's a class player, so he has finally, managed to transform his game somewhat, And as a result of that, he's busy now. He's busy doing T20. All right, I'm going to read a couple more comments, and then I'll let on a few. As time is winding down. I didn't even remember as I just see Sir Ian come on, so I'm going to let on. All right, Sports About, who is the bowler they are talking about? But where's the young batsman in the Caribbean who can play spin bowling, Mr. Sports About? Who is coaching these guys, Beavis and Rutherford? And what is it? Beavis and Butterhead? Oh, matter. Brian Lara and Curtly Ambrose said it in many documentaries. West Indies that they would be world beaters and had no system and other caught up. Look how people plan and dismiss West Indies in T20 tournaments now. Exactly. Yes, sir, Ian. Come and tell us what you're saying now. What say you? Because last post I saw you put up, you were saying that Mr. Vice Captain, they should leave him alone and talk about the other players that are not performing. What say you?
Good day. Are you hearing me?
Yes, man, we're hearing you loud and clear.
Let me say Happy New Year to all my friends and enemies. I love everybody.
Yes, man.
West Indies have been suffering from a curse, which started years ago.
Yeah.
I remember when we started suffering, there was a time they dropped Desmond Haynes.
Yeah.
When he was supposed to be picked. Yeah. And they did that wicked thing, and they continue to do a lot of wicked things.
Yeah, I heard my with that same story with the Desmond Haynes story. Yeah.
You have Imlak. Is Imlak the guy name?
Who's keeping? Yeah, Tevin Imlak.
You're right. So he's a keeper, correct?
Yeah.
You have Django, correct? So
Yeah.
why
I'm
you
here.
carry the Silva? Why
Hmm?
you name the Silva vice captain and carry him if you know you're going to drop him?
Why? I don't
Don't
know.
carry him.
I don't know if it was pre-planned or it is something that they decided when they were there going through the you know. I feel that they brought I personally believe the idea when I saw the squad, I believe the idea was to play Joshua Da Silva in the team still and play Amir Django. You understand? I believe that was Amir Django as a special as a batsman. I believe that was the idea. You know, but
You know,
Da Silva has been the vice captain. He wasn't just named for the Pakistan series.
yeah, he was named vice captain because I was checking it out. So
Yeah, he
you
was the
bring
vice
him as
captain. So
vice.
it's like they named him and then brought him. You know.
So the thing is this. You see why I, as a trainee, just feel it had to
Mm.
do with countryman and victimizing. The whole
Yeah,
bench is only trainee sitting. The whole bench is trainee. Seals lucky make it. Seals lucky get picked, boy.
no man, they could mad and Seals is our best test player. They could mad. No, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
still, you know,
but
what I'm saying, you know, Joshua De Silva has played, I think, is about 33 consecutive games, you know. And over the last couple of games, he's been averaging 11. So if the rotation was Django for Da Silva, that is what I thought it was going to be. You
well,
understand?
don't carry him. Don't carry him. You already have two keepers. If
But at the same
Django
time,
could
you
keep,
need experienced players on the tour because, as weird as it might sound, you know, Joshua De Silva not being very old, he's one of our most experienced test campaigner,
but
you know.
well, make him a coach because as an experienced player, if you're not playing him, you're wasting time and you're wasting my money too. Because I not why you spending money to carry a man he experienced to put him on the bench? I
But
mean
he's not,
that is uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
He was
but you
injured.
know,
He was injured. You see, my
no,
point is this, eh?
yeah,
If you want to drop him, I cool. But don't
mm.
carry him. Don't
No,
mama guy win Trinidad with your foolishness, these selectors. China mama guy Trinidadians.
but you
You
need
don't want to play
15
man
man
leave
squad.
him. Eh?
You have a 15-man squad. He made the squad, but
Don't
only
carry
11
him.
players can play.
But don't carry him because if he not starting, don't carry him. Why you carrying him?
I understand what you're saying in terms of not having three wicket keepers, but what if it was a case of them not knowing they weren't going to play him in the first game?
No, let me tell you what has happened.
Mm.
Right here on Sports of the Bone, this right here where we talking, there's be listening to us. There's be
Yeah.
listening to the other one, the guy from Jamaica, and the other guy from Jamaica. What's his name again? Boy, my partner Ras.
Who?
And they hearing everybody bad talking Joshua.
Mm.
Everybody hating him for West Indies losing. Don't mind the point I have always made is
Mm.
when Joshua come in, which is 130 runs for six,
Mhm.
101 run for six, 90 something for six, and they want
Yeah.
Joshua to do my miracles. I am not
Mm.
saying he don't deserve a job, you know, but
Yeah.
I am saying others deserve a job before him. In other words, if it
Mm.
is you deal with your batsmen in the top, then at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if he doesn't perform down the road, you can say, all right, boy, I mean, we're giving you a good foundation. You're coming and you
Mm.
can't even give you a little 20 runs, 30 runs. If you look at the average of from Jackie Hendricks to all the
Yeah.
West Indian keepers, the average is 20 runs. Some is
Mm.
29, some is 26. Joshua was 25 when you add up everything. So why it is okay. When it comes to wicket keeping, he's good. This fella looking fancy because he had more fanciness, but I don't mean in any way he better per se than Joshua. He had a good game. Joshua's had good
Mm.
games. Recently, he had a bad game. He dropped a catch or two, but by and large, he's a fairly efficient keeper. Plus, he's senior, which you needed. You
Yeah.
needed as many senior players on the first 11 as possible. So you would have had Braffett, you would have had De Silva, right? And then if Roach was fit, you have Roach. And then you may even have seen to kind of become senior-ish now. To kind of mentor the fellas. But I can tell you what I believe going on, you know. Because I saw a smile on Bradford's face when he said Joshua wasn't playing. I saw a smile on Bradford's face, and I want to feel that he's insecure about his captaincy. You understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I watch it. Why is he grinning? Because I can't tell you who playing, but I can tell you who not playing. And he called out. I don't know if you saw the interview when he said that.
Yeah, I saw it, but usually, I get where you're coming from, but he's probably smiling because he thought that the reporters were trying to get him to give the playing 11. So maybe that's where the little smile came from. That
Well, when I realized
you're not gonna outsmart me, I can give you the playing 11. I can give you who is out,
When I realized
he gave them 12 players that would be in the squad that he would be selecting from. So he gave them some amount of information.
Now you tell me something. You bring a man all the way to Pakistan as a vice captain. He not sick, he not injured, and you just drop him. What you drop him for? Because he not making runs. But so is the other 5 and 6. So is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 not making runs either. So if it is, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you were saying earlier that some of the batsmen need to be dropped before him. Remember, these guys that are there now, they would have replaced Tejner and Shandopal, Jermaine Blackwood, Nkrumah Bonner, and a couple others. So these guys would have been the newer ones that would have replaced the ones in the top order. So I guess these are the ones that they are giving a little time before they rotate them out. So that Silva would have been there, as I said, from those guys' time coming in. And I agree with you that he's not supposed to be bearing the blunt of the work in terms of scoring hundreds all the time. But we still have to be mindful that the wicketkeeper batsman, that is a specialist position, but they are always searching for good glovesmen that's gonna score runs. Look at Mohamed Rizwan. He's probably a bit more talented than our guys, but they can almost expect a 50 or a 40 from Rizwan.
Right.
If you look around the world, wicketkeeper.
All right, you just follow football, right? You just follow football.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to score the goals? Not the strikers?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you have midfield, you have strikers, you have sometime a man from defense will run up and score, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Would you drop a defender because he's not scoring goals? Would you drop a defender because he's not scoring goals but he defended? Let me know. Tell me.
But they are not called defensive forwards. The man behind the stump is called a wicketkeeper batsman.
Right. Well, I join that analysis in the sense of specialize. If you're a wicketkeeper batsman, your number one thing is the wicket keep.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
After that, they're depending on you for some runs. But if the people who are at the top not making the runs, how Joshua became the problem? Why is he training? Or is the problem? You say at the point. That is why you just talk. I know you're impartial. I know you're impartial, man, and I like that. But
what I'm saying to you would probably know that the Trinity argument is not going to wouldn't direct towards me because you probably hear me say it several times, right? I don't know if you can see it right there. Yes. My favorite cricketer of all time, Dennis Ramdin from Trinidad, right? So what I'm saying is,
I use one of my favorite talk hosts.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this: Joshua De Silva. It's not like he's been targeted. Remember, I just said that there are quite a few batsmen that were a part of that would have been under the same squad that they have actually dropped. Nkrumah Bonner, Tejner, and Shandopal, because they're not scoring. So these guys that they have
But was Joshua scoring when they were not scoring? Was Joshua scoring when they were not scoring?
He was giving you some runs here, not giving you some runs there, giving you some.
And that is why he was never dropped, because he was still acting okay when them fellows was failing. Then they changed him back. Okay, don't get me wrong, I watching Joshua every minute and kicking the ball as though he playing football. He getting out LBW every time. Don't get me wrong, but think about it. We are making basic mistakes. You cannot carry Joshua, name him vice captain, and drop him. And what you're doing is you're destabilizing and you're destroying the team spirit. Because
that part I understand, you know. I understand having an experienced team, you know, and I understand what you're saying because the team is inexperienced, so you know you probably want your vice captain to be out there. I definitely understand that part. You know, I am wondering if it was a case of Amir Django, was selected as a specialist batsman, but you know he also can keep. So you know if that was the case, they would probably say, all right, Django and Tevin Imlach were the ones that we are thinking of, and you are saying that if they didn't plan to play, they should have, left him.
I'm glad what you're saying.
I definitely get what you are saying. So you know, I just said that to show you that I understand what you are saying. But I'm just wondering.
I agree with you.
This decision happened during the practice match.
All right. And when they come to the decision not to pick Django now, let me hear that one.
Why I can't tell you that? I can't tell you because he should be in the team.
He's a trainee. They don't like Trinidadian. No one thing.
Yeah, you see, like Trinidadian. Yeah, the thing is, the thing with the Trinidadian thing, some will say they don't like Trinidadian, some they don't go and say they don't like Guyanese, some go and say boy the Barbadian. Because we are all represent, from different parts representing, we're always gonna have that people saying that. And I can definitely feel what you are saying. Because I am not from Trinidad, so I might not say that. I might not say it's because he's Trini why they don't play him, but I can't see why he's not out there, or why he wasn't out there.
Django just scored a century. Yeah, and save West Indies' tail in a 50 over. Why you ain't pick him? Why? If he was from Jamaica, they pick him. If he was from Guyana, they pick him. Why you bring Django there to sit on the bench?
Well, I say any other island he would have been selected.
Yes. Dominica, you would have been selected. Why you taking that man who just make a century? Why you bring him there? Right? Among a set of waste of time batsmen, and he can even make that. The only thing I'm glad is only one Trinidadian on that side. I'm so glad there's only one Trini that embarrassed this, that faced this embarrassment of the Caribbean. You understand? So nobody can come and bad talk Trinidad and say we caused them to lose.
I mean, I'm not even going to say, boy, one side caused us to lose, but I can tell you, I don't know if you heard the videos that I did leading up to the game. I was trying to find one possible reason why Django wouldn't play, and I couldn't find it. I was even saying that there is no way they would go in, and it's really, I can't tell you. I can understand you feeling that kind of way because I am not from that part of the world, and I can understand.
You remember. Tell me, I want to throw back your memory. You remember when a certain person called Darren Bravo made that whole set of run and he didn't get no, hold on, I want to show you again. And that one confused you too. Why a man who top in the regional thing didn't get picked to make this side? Again. Don't tell me about it. They asked you to make the runs in the regional, he top it.
No, let me tell you. You've been listening for a while, and you will probably be able to remember how hard I went on this topic. I probably won't remember word for word. But what happened was that he scored a lot of runs, right? And the first 2 centuries that he scored, I think it was the lead selector then called him and said, listen, we're looking at you. Continue performing. We're looking at you. Yeah. Right? We're looking at you. Continue doing what you're doing. And he continued, he finished off the tournament, and then they said that, boy, right now we're looking to move forward, and they select another player who was probably a few months younger than and Bravo. You probably remember me covering that topic. I think that is what happened. Correct. He scored a lot of runs. They said Correct. That boy, they were looking at him, and then it so happened that they I don't remember who was the player that they selected instead of him, who was probably a few months younger, So these things I can understand, I can understand, but it's tough, it's rough.
Brother, we know from since we small that when he's at training, ever since 1 from 10 equals 0, ever since Confederation, remember them days when we wanted to find Confederation? Everybody vexed with Trini because Eric Williams say 1 from 10 equals 0 when Jamaica fall out. 1 from 10 equals 0. We got no more confederation. That being said, Trinidad is the only country that have a player that make a century in his first test and never get picked again. Right? I think it's Gantum was his name. Andy Gantum. He made a century. They say he make it too slow. So we always have a good reason to drop our trainee. Bravo do what you have to do. We ain't go pick him. We're looking for bigger players. All right. Django make he runs. Why you ain't pick Django? You have another stupid excuse. And
this
ask
is
why you picked.
Yeah, but before I move on and ask you about the spin bowling and stuff like that, this is a question. Nelson just mentioned this, and this is something that I have asked you on here before, or I have said before, right? I don't know. I remember at one point in time when we had like 7 or 8 trainees in the team at once, and there wasn't any issue because they clearly should have been in the squad. I can probably name it off the top of my head. And it was mostly T20 and ODIs. We didn't have a problem because they were easily 8 or 9 of the best T20 players we had in the region. So let me see now. Let me see if I can remember. Lendell Simmons was opening. Probably was opening with Gale, right? So we had Lendell Simmons, we had Sunil Narayan, we had Pollard, we had the 2 Bravos at one point. Dinesh Ramdin.
Is it 2020 team you're talking about?
2020, and some of them were in the ODIs. So I'm wondering how at that stage it wasn't a case of people not wanting them in because they were clearly the T20 players we have. So how is it now?
Yeah, but because we were winning.
Yeah.
Because we were winning. It's when it had a set of trainees. So when we win the 2 World Cups. No,
but those guys were the 2 World Cup. Those guys were the best team players we had in the region. So
they were the best. But are you telling me that these characters playing now?
When players weren't performing, even in that T20 squad, they had to rotate. So and look, so isn't it a case after averaging 11 in quite a few games, even though as a wicketkeeper batsman, couldn't it be a case where they are trying to find a wicketkeeper?
But don't pick him. Don't pick him. Why do him that? Why give a man hope? Name him vice captain and carry him all the way to Pakistan to tell him he's not playing. That is some of the most wicked thing he could do. He can be home with the family all now, enjoying himself playing. I don't know if you have a child, but doing something else rather being up there in that cold weather up in Pakistan. That is one of the most wicked things they could do, a man. It's not to say that Silva is some young boy who's seeking and he don't know. And that Silva is a more senior player, and if you know you're dropping him, drop him one time. Don't bring him all the way there. What it has happened between the West Indies and Pakistan that all of a sudden you're not on each side. I mean, if you know you're dropping him, drop him. When you pick your side, we go talk, or they see they drop the Silver boy, they didn't pick him to go Pakistan. That's
what I'm saying, We don't know what the conversations are behind, I'm saying that it's an inexperienced team over there. So probably the conversation even happened before they went there that listen, we still need 1 or 2 senior players there. We're planning to use him like he has been around the squad for a little while. Django will probably play as a specialist, but what if we probably won't play you, but we need you around the squad as a senior player.
As a senior player. Why? Because he can rub bench better and he can probably bring the water more efficiently. Why are you taking a man?
We've seen players around the dressing room.
With all due respect, that man I respect a lot. I can't see how that can help the team. Bringing a senior player to embarrass him. To embarrass him and demotivate him in front of all them young players. It's one thing to do it in a little room. A little room if you're among him, but embarrass a big man like that. Make him feel, I coached me at that time, when I was a young fella and I wanted to play out. I like the goalkeeper, but I wanted to play out. He said, yeah, cool, and we go see what we could do. And he never gave me a chance. And once when I was wearing sliders, he said, I was going to get a chance now, but you're wearing the wrong footwear. You understand? So at the end of the, you understand? So listen, sports, you that man that's play sports, right?
Well, I tried. Yeah.
All right. If you you're a man. If you traveling with a team and you know a certain player who might be a senior player, under no circumstances you're going to pick him. Will you waste money and everything and carry that player when you know he's not going to play a match, you're not picking him, man?
But someone has to go, whether it's senior or not. It's a 15-man squad.
Right, but he is not being picked. They have already Imlak and you have Django could do a little keeping. So what I'm saying is you have people, if a keeper get injured, could go in. My problem is to pick him, make him feel he's still in the dance, and then show him how the dance. So your mama guide the man, you make the man feel, oh, that inside the dance still there. But boy, I really respect West Indies, boy. They people calling the bus mature, but again, man, another chance. And when they reach Pakistan now, they say, you know, I know you feel we ready bring you to play, you know. That is just politics, brother. You sit down there and shine back.
Let's see what's gonna happen in the second if they're gonna switch up things. But what are your thoughts on Jamal Warrican getting 10 wickets in on that wicket?
Excellent. In fact, I don't know what, but I don't understand something too. But why it is Bradford didn't give Moti more overs in the early stages. I don't understand why, because Warrican is a left-hand bowler.
Yeah.
So that is why maybe, because I try to understand, he didn't use Moti for a long period, even though Moti was our top test bowler. As far as I was a bit confused with that, but I'm happy that Warrican. I'm really happy for him, you know. But I want to talk. I mean, our batsman batting spin, right? Why don't I understand? No, first thing, the captain. So he shot the captain out.
Yeah, I was watching it. I went to sleep after I think it was after Hajj got out. I saw him swinging across the line, and yeah, I saw it.
What in God's name? What was he doing?
Yeah, I definitely had a problem with how he got out, and also Louis. As I said earlier, when we're on a pitch that's difficult, I can understand, and when you get out to a good ball, I can understand, you know. But yeah, I really not too sure. I really not too sure what he was doing there.
Listen, when you're batting spin, right? There's two things you do. Either you come forward to the pitch of the ball, or you go back. If the ball short, you go back. If the ball at a good line and length, you come up. Too many of our batsmen stretching forward and pushing the bat. What you need to do is to shuffle to the pitch, and according to how the ball you play it defensive. Or if the ball, in other words, if Bradford had played a straight bat, not as though he pulling, he would have just played that ball straight. He now come and get a taste of the wicket, and then he could make shots and so on. So I don't understand. It's a kind of panic thing, and it's because we not getting to the pitch of the ball. We're not using our feet, which is one or two steps. Even though you see, I know you could get stumped. I'm not saying no, but if you reach to the pitch of the ball and you find it doing a kind of funny thing, you could play it. But when you get to the pitch of the ball and you realize you can hit it, you hit it. But we just chicken with foot and hoping the ball. I mean, the best batsman, look at Lauren, you have to know how to move your feet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that is something I'm wondering. I hear Adams is the coach, and now I realize why they're doing that.
You see,
they call Adams.
Jimmy Adams. You see, the thing is, you know, I saw one little change that they made in the second innings with Louis. I don't know if you saw it. He was batting probably an half stump, you know, trying to take out the LBW out of play, and they were trying to fit the ball at the stump. This, you know, instead. So I saw that they did that, but you are right. You know, you have to move your feet and get to the pitch of the ball. You understand? If we look at how some of the guys got out in the first innings, you know, they are pushing forward and, you know, ball going through the quad and stuff. So I think that is what Adams and the others came up with to help Louis. You understand? In the second innings, but he still played a weird looking shot to get himself out. You know, so
well, the problem is, Adams, you know, you used to call him Padams.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's famous for stretching your foot forward and the ball hitting the pad 20 times and all that. The key to batting is get in line get to the pitch of the ball and play the ball as its merit. If when they get to the pitch of the ball, they realize the stupidness, you carry through with the shot. If the ball drops short, you step on your back foot. It will give you time to negotiate it. Which, you know what I mean? These are basic things that I find that I just watch them and wonder if who coaching them guys, because they're not doing the basics. And they have the ability, but they're not doing it. I just don't know how they're heavy on their feet, so they're not doing
The thing is, you know, with these guys, if you look at them in net sessions and certain things when they're just throwing down the ball, they play the shots when they're throwing down the balls at the same speed. They play the type of shots that they know, you know, and it looks good. But when they are out there in the middle, it's the same reason why even Warrican got some wickets, you know. What they are doing, what our players are not adjusting to. The ball is they are bowling the ball in the same area, right? The bowlers are bowling the ball in the same area, but they are varying the pace. You understand? So when the pace is being varied, sometimes we are late on it, sometimes we are not, you know, we are too early. So that's how we get out. And we have to be able to read the ball from the hand also. You know, we have to be able to read the ball from the hand to see what the bowler is going to do. We can't read it off the pitch because sometimes if we do that, it's too late. You know, so if you're looking at a bowler and the bowler is bowling and he might bowl 2 balls in this spot and he goes back to the same spot, but you don't realize that the pace is different, you know, because you're not, I don't know, it is that simple where we can see it. So we're not too sure how is it that they know the basic, but they just cannot carry it out, you know.
But the thing is too, even if you're not reading from the stand, if you get to the pitch of the ball, whether it's turning left or right, once you reach close, you have, let me put it this way, you have less chance of edging the ball because you're close to it. But if you stick out your bat and you just thing and the ball turn and go touch the edge, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so I guess I find the heavy and they're not long. To me, I was in the days, I used to watch Richards, Lara, Desmond Haynes, Greenwich, and them fellas were dancers. They dance a lot, they move, their feet move. Cricket was a game in our days where the feet get to the pitch of the ball. You literally walk to the ball. In fact, Larry Gomes used to hit the ball half pitch, almost like half pitch while he making the run. In other words, them fellas used to reach to the pitch of the ball and making the first run while they hitting. I don't understand what I'm saying. You dance to the ball and you hit it and you continue the run.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So it's basically the follow through turning into the run. I know what you're talking about. Right. But I don't know. The batsmen, you know, I don't know, because those guys, they were always focused. I even hear Laura talking about it. The bowler is coming in, the bowler has 4 phases to go through, 3.5, 4. Bowler has to do his run up. He gets to the wicket, he has to do the gather. He release and follow through. But release, you have to look. That's what I'm saying. You have to read the ball out of the man's hand.
Yes.
You understand? You have to pick it from there. That is why you have so many bowlers, especially in the white ball format. They try to hide the ball. Darren put the ball behind him. Darren Paul, who we had, would do, you know, you have bowlers do different things because they don't want you to see. But when they are at that point to release the ball, you need to be looking at the ball. That is a reason why they say you have to be still. You need to look at the ball. You understand? You have to look at the ball. You know, that is the problem to see what's happening. You know?
So before I go and sum it up, let me just tell you this. My problem is this. I don't mind losing if we pick our best team in the sense of the best 11.
Yeah.
To me, I thought that the Silva would have played because you bring him there, he's vice captain. So you have a certain level of support in the field. You have 2 senior men in the field, you have senior men in the dressing room who would be even in out there in the pitch batting with you at times at one, right? I thought Django would have played for one of the batsmen, one of the first 5 batsmen, which one, right? When I see the team, I was kind of in shock. I was in shock because I said, okay, even if you drop that Silva, even though why carry him, I didn't understand why. But then I know Django. I said, but I don't understand that. Now is the time to try the man because them fellas failing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Mm.
we didn't pick we didn't pick the best team. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if in the next steps
Mm.
what's gonna happen. But this fella Braffett, it looked like I don't know if he can continue. He really feeling bad now.
Mm.
He doesn't seem to have what it takes to really motivate the players.
Yeah.
It seems because he himself deteriorating bad and he's an opening batsman.
Yeah,
So I don't
the
know.
runs have definitely dried up.
Yeah, so that is it, brother. But
All
let me see
right, sir.
when is the next test starting? When is the next one starting?
Um, I think 5 days time. Hold on, let me see. It's
All
let me
right.
see. Yeah, man.
I stay up and watch it.
Here.
I had a toothache. I went by the dentist yesterday and pulled out a tooth. So
All
I was
right.
forced to stay up and watch the West Indies cricket and suffer the toothache the same time. That is torture, boy.
All right, sir. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Take care. Okay,
Yeah,
then.
man.
Bye.
Blessings. Blessings.
God bless.
All right.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to try and see if I can pull up when the next games begin. But yeah, there are a lot of fundamental stuff that we definitely need to get right. That was Sir Ian there, my people. Long time listener, long time supporter, you know. There are some fundamental things that we definitely need to get right when it comes on to our cricket. And I mean, you know, I have said it. We have said it on here before that uh, these players, you know, sometimes people pop in and they will probably pop in for the first time and they wonder if we really don't know the cricket because we expect players to just perform at that level. We know that there is a lot of thing that would have to go to, you know, towards building a good player when it comes on to them play. You know, they need to be playing good regional cricket. The structure needs to be there. We know all of that. But at the end of the day, having said that, when you get the opportunity, when you're playing, you know, you still are going to be, we're still going to have to look at you. You know, we're still going to have to look at you and we're going to identify, just as when you perform, we come out and we say, yeah, man, we identify this was done well, this was very good, this was excellent. You know, when you're not matching up, we're going to identify the things that, you know, you need to improve and where we need to go. You understand? It's really tough, you know. And I mean, calling for, I can understand we are not winning games, so I can understand the frustration with the captain. But we, you know, also as an opening batsman, we haven't had much from him in quite a while. You understand? We haven't had much from him in quite a while, so we know that that there's a problem. But I've been asking who do we find as a captain right now? Who do we find as a captain? You understand? It so happened that the guys that were coming through at the under 19 level who would be captain in a test team right now, who would be senior players, you know, who they invested a lot in. Those guys, they have taken different routes. You know, they are doing they have gone different places. You understand? They are not into the test cricket anymore. So you'll find that we're at a stage now where we have actually lost majority of the senior test players, and we're looking to bring in young talents, and we don't have any senior players that can guarantee. We don't have any senior players that can guarantee their spot. So we could say, you know, they are there to help bring in the youngsters. You know, it's not there. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. You know. All right, I'm going to read a couple more comments. I'm going to read a couple more comments. Usually, as soon as it touched 7, I would be running off because I know I have to go and do stuff for work. But tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is MLK Day, so no work. School closed tomorrow, so I probably can spend a few more minutes reading some comments. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it off, man. Turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm going to see if I can read a couple more comments. Khan is very good. He got 19 wickets against England. Bright future for him. Coming from the West Indies fan. Says Adi Adi. All right. And the non-striker can notice the release points and give advice to the striker as well. Dravid and Sachin did it on Australia and pace pitches when they were. Yeah, I've heard of this before. I've heard of this before, but you know, I don't know if I can even trust our players to I don't know if I can even trust our players like that. I don't to take on another role, to become preoccupied like that. I've heard of this before though. I've heard of it, but it's tough. It's tough. I think that I mean a lot of our test players they don't really play T20 cricket. So a lot of our they're not getting T20 contracts, but a lot of these guys they do T20 scenarios in practice when they are not playing test cricket. They play T10 and different little leagues. So one of the things that has definitely affected our cricket, and I've mentioned it several times, is the premeditated clearing of the front foot. You understand? So they are not willing to settle and look. You understand? They have all sorts of things. When they're playing T20 cricket, everybody before the ball even come, they start clear the front foot to swing. So they practice these sort of things. They might not do it in test, but they are still not, focused enough to know that they need to watch and see. And it's tough, Brathwaite has played 100 games, average 33, and yet to reach 6,000 runs. It's just show our standards. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know if it's 100 as yet. It's probably about 98 games now. Probably could be 100. Probably about 98. First, this guy should have been in before Django. Which guy is that now? Where is it? First guy should have not been before Django. I can understand them trying with Carty, but tough, Can vice captain Joshua De Silva captain the team, or there is someone else? No, the thing is that if he's the vice captain, he's obviously going to have to be the one to step up and captain the team. But the problem that we're having now is that he hasn't done a lot in terms of what they're looking for, and that's why they rotated him out of the squad. You understand? So it would almost be a case of us trying replacing him with a player that they are still not trusting. It was surprising to me not to see Django. I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys saw the video that I did prior to the game. It was probably about a day or two. I searched up and down everywhere trying to find a possible reason why they wouldn't play him. And once again, I'm not saying he would have won the game. He probably would have gone out there and get one ball in the first innings and one in the second. But knowing how the team is in terms of playing spin, it's different game. It's a red ball, not a white ball. But a man just come scored a massive century against Bangladesh, and you really would expect that they would say, boy, let us try, and he didn't have a bad champ regional season either. So you think that they would give him a look in. I can understand Imlak. I said it before. Imlak has been in and around the squad, for some time, and he did a lot of work to get in the squad. You understand? He did a lot of work to get in the squad. So I don't know if they were looking to say, they're doing it in order. Who has been in the squad first needs to get a game. But I said it that you can't waste good form. Imlak did some work in regional cricket to get in, so I can understand he has been around. But I said it before. You can't waste form. Let's say out in this match. I don't know what you're talking about, Philip. Bringing Da Silva and Django for a second test. Changes need to be made. All right, who are the players that we're taking out? Who are the players that we're taking out? But the other keeper didn't score. So what will happen in the next test? Yeah, I mean it's one game. It's one game. It's one game. They couldn't expect him to come in and score a century, or well, they probably expected him to do that. But it's one game, so they generally don't decide to throw away a man after one game like that. Who will he put in? Yeah, I think I just asked him that Django should play instead of Greaves. All right. But if you play Django instead of Greaves, that leaves you with one all-round seamer. That leaves you with one seam bowler. I agree with Clint, bringing Django and Da Silva for the second test. And we got nothing to lose, says Kurt. So why they drop Da Silva then if they're going to bring him back right after one game? Remember they say the game Django scored 100, Kurt scored 96, so the decision would be tough on that basis. But Django will be in the next game. All right, says me. Yeah, Mason. Carty for sure. All right, so you see a job Carty. But remember, Carty has been there and you know, he has shown a little bit of glimpse and stuff. See, Mason just reminded us that he scored a half century. Um, you know, Happy New Year, brother. Blessings and big up to the channel. My first live for the year. Big up every time. Blessings, the real TV. Evangelist Russell. I think it's our second live so far this year. Yeah, one SEMA is fine because like I say one it would work with the one SEMA. But the thing though, real TV, when you look at it, even Jaden Seals, you know, he was still getting a lot of purchase up top. So we expect Seamas to pick up wickets in the probably the first for 30, 40 overs or so. You know, so say for example, you have Seals picking up wickets. If you have another seam up there, you know, probably pick up a couple to man. You know, I understand that the wicket is spinning, you know, but I hear I say Carty and Hodge, all right. Another pitch like that, and matter not who bring in. I say another pitch like that, it doesn't matter who comes in, all right. Well, I say one pacer on that wicket, all right, all right, all right. What I say? Okay. I hear you still. I hear you. What I say? Carty, What I say? Carty and Hodge out. That's Silva and Django in. All right. People need to stop the nonsense about Amir Django playing in front of Tevin Imlak. Respect to Amir Django, but he was big failure for many years before 2024. Amir Django played for 4 different teams. All right, so Colin, this is the thing, you know. It doesn't matter if you were a big failure, you know. It doesn't matter if you were a big failure. If you start put together good performances and you get the opportunity, you know, you're not going. We can't really look at it like that. Remember, the last season you had a good regional championship. Has been doing well probably for the last 2 seasons, and then you know he did well in the ODI game. So are you saying that because he was a big failure in the past, we should not look at what he's putting out right now? If so be the case, a lot of our players that we bring in their late 20s shouldn't play cricket any at all. You understand? You know, we can't really look at it like that. You know, a lot of our players, they don't perform well in the early stages, and then they come up and perform. You know, if a man give you a good 23, good 24, in a good 23 season, a good 24 season regional championship, then he comes into the ODI team and you know does well against a spin dominant team. You know, it's fair for people to want to see him. It would be strange for us to say the years before 2024 he wasn't performing. He was probably just, you know, he wasn't at the level there. So, you know, we can't really do that. We can't do that. Why easy, you know. I agree with Errol. We have to ask Lara to play. West Indies cannot go with one seamer ball over the second test. All right. Colin don't cry though, the man Jago, the man prove it himself though. Yeah, we can't really do that, man. I tell you, we can't do that still. You know, you have a lot of players that for years they don't perform. In any different sport you can think of, you understand? And you can't give up on a man. Mike Ossie, I'm not saying that he was failing for years in first class cricket. You know, it was tough to crack a Australia team, but Mike Ossie, who is now called Mr. Cricket, that man made his international debut at 27, you know. That man made his debut at 27, you know. It's probably a bit different because he was just hard to get into the Australia team. Probably was scoring runs. But I'm just saying that, you know, you can't really judge what a man, the amount of failures that a man went through back then, you know. It could be a case where he's coming into his own now. Couldn't the captaincy place some responsibility on him? Joshua De Silva, but Alec standing up was a glimmer of hope, but we need seriously improve. Yeah, I understand you. I respect your comments, but I am talking about Tevin Imlak place in the team. We must be fair. Yeah, and no, but why you have to understand, you cannot use it. You cannot use it like that. You cannot just use his previous failures to say that is why Tevin Imlak should be in the team. I said it on here before that, listen, Tevin Imlak has been around the squad for a while. You understand? So it's not like he didn't do anything and they just invited him into the squad. He has been there for a while. But what we have to understand, he had even a better season than Imlach in the last championship. He did well in the ODI game. So that's why I'm saying, when it comes on to inform, especially against spin, you have to look at it like that. But you can defend Imlach getting his game while not saying that a man that hasn't performed since 2024 he shouldn't be playing. I hear you, Colin. I hear you. When Darren Sammy come and coach the test side in April, all these players going to leave. I hear you. Oh, great was Warrican. Wonderful bowling. The bowling always good. The batting may need really step up. Yeah, man. Warrican was pretty good. It was good, and it was good to see him varying his pace and hitting the same, hitting good areas. He was pretty good. All right. We need a wicketkeeper batsman who can score hundreds with the fragile that batting unit is. You need to play a man who can bat and bat well. But the thing though, TV, the thing though, to ask the wicketkeeper to be the one to score the hundreds with the batting lineup being fragile is we have to ask the specialist batsmen to score the runs. Obviously, you want a wicketkeeper to contribute, which I have been saying, but you can't really say that you need a wicketkeeper to score hundreds because the batting lineup is fragile. We have to pressure the specialist to score runs. You understand? We have to pressure the specialist to score runs. Obviously, you want the wicketkeeper to contribute, which I've been saying. That is why a lot of teams they have the best glove men and they rotate them out and put in guys that will contribute with the bat and will do a job with the gloves. You understand? But the batsmen have to lift have to pull their weight. Yeah, I'm hoping that if he plays in the second game, he will be able to pick up some, because on the first day, he was bowling, he was hitting some good areas, on the first day he was hitting some good areas, Sinclair. But Rizwan and I think it was Shaquille that threw him off. What's up with Mayers? Why was he not included in the squad to begin with? Just asking. And what would he be included in as? Specialist batsman, all-rounder, or make the team as a bowler? Plus, Kyle Mayers also has contract with I think he's playing in the ILT20 league. I put all the names in a bag and shuffle to drop 3 of them. That's Silva at 3, Django 4, Greaves 6 Greaves, not making any runs in these conditions. Might as well play Roach for him. Hodge, Greaves, Carty out. Well, I don't even know if Roach is back. The last thing Brathwaite said was that he was ill. Who will be the next test captain when Sammy come to the helm? Is it Hope or someone else? I don't know. Let's be real. Windies, to me, may lose the second test. They cannot play spin bowling, and Sajid Khan, they cannot play him. Yeah. We're probably gonna lose. Yes. What about Evan Imlach as captain? He win before the original tournament for Guyana, just like what Ravman Paul did in T20 for Jamaica. What do you think? Just my opinion. We have seen teams overseas, when they're looking for captains, go down into their first class system and try to bring up somebody. But I personally believe that you need to be an established player in the team, be able to make the team as a player before you get those sort of positions. You need to be concrete in the team. The issue that we're facing right now is we don't have any senior player that is concrete like that. You understand? One would think that Da Silva is the vice captain, so probably he would be next in line. You understand? Alzari, who is the next senior test player. I don't know if he has changed his mindset, but he had said a few months ago that he's looking to work on his game and not to go into any leadership roles right now in terms of being the captain. But I personally believe that you have to be in the team, be an established player. I doubt when Sammy comes, I doubt it's going to be a case where it's going to be all new players. You're probably going to have a one or two of the senior players there still that will be captain in the team until he's able to groom his captain, whoever he wants to lead. But I don't see us taking up Imlak and bringing him as a captain. He has done well for Guyana at the 4-day regional championship level. Yes, he has done extremely well, but I don't see that happening like that. Mm-hmm. Reality is that most of them fellas just can't bat spin. Artenis is probably the most comfortable one. All the rest of them fragile. Yeah, they can't bat the spin. And they tried, the coaches tried, as I said, they came up with plans, but it just never worked. When you're not competent, if you come up with a plan to try and negate the spinners will counter it, and we saw that with the batsmen last night. Kevin Sinclair need to be overseas with the other 7 young batsmen who was in India. Can be a pure batsman. I mean, the last couple of championship he has done. He did pretty well, but when it comes on to what they did there with those guys, they went for the younger players. Well, he's not even old. He's 25. So let us see. The regional championship is there. He wasn't there. It was a 2-week camp. He wasn't there. So let us see if he will continue with the bat like that. Why him like I'm player, it look like, feel Sammy might encourage some of the white ball players to play. He's probably going to try and do that. He's probably going to reach out and try to get them in, Shea Hope going to walk in and captain this team. I am also not a fan of non-established players, but we got little choice. But realize that Shea Hope is hot commodity right now where T20 cricket is concerned. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to convince him to come and play. You understand, to come and play. But I wouldn't be happy with that at all. I personally wouldn't be happy with it. You understand? I mean, he captains our ODI team. He's a good batsman. I'm not going to put his leadership under any heavy scrutiny, but it's not like he has managed to captain a very bad ODI team and win us a lot of games. We are one of the worst ODI teams out there. So I'm not too sure how that would work. He's probably averaging 17 or something like that. I would have to double check what he's averaging in Test cricket. So, it's not like he's going to walk in and bring exceptional leadership and runs at the same time, so it's tough. Chrissy, okay, Sir Ian, all right, Sir Ian. West Indies batsmen have this modern era worthless kind of bad spin work and minorate ball them to win. Them can do it. All right, Travis. I wonder if Sheo, Poor and Russell playing test will make a difference. Just saying. We got a lot of comedians in tonight. If Roach reveal from if Roach revert from time, will Anderson Phillip play, recover in time, Anderson Phillip play in the second test. We have to look and see. I can understand. So I people that I think could be sure pick, not getting picks. I don't know. Good night from Grenada. I really think we need Hope Mayers on the test team. Albert James from Grenada. Are you related to the great Kirani James? What are they going to come in and do? I'm curious. What would you guys consider the most important trait to be considered for captaincy of a team? Obviously, you need good leadership qualities. You understand, but you need good leadership qualities because you cannot only be established. You cannot only be if you're a good player that makes a team and you have poor leadership qualities, it can't work. You have to be a good leader of men, which is very difficult. People is very hard to lead. So you have to be firstly a good leader of men. You understand, and then you have to command a spot in the team easily. So that is my thing. You understand? You can learn on the job, obviously, but the first thing, you have to be able to make the team. You have to be able to make the team without a shadow of a doubt and have the qualities. Jason Holler took up. That is why I think I made a post about this recently. Jason Holler get a lot of stick, but Holler came in his early 20s, took West Indies team on his back with all the problems and led for years. You understand? He came in as a youngster. He was somebody that was always going to be in our team. He was the #1 test all-rounder for years, back and forth with Ben Stokes. And he was there for years. And, he was somebody that apparently gets along well with the guys. You understand? Was good around the team. So, stuff like that. You will learn on the job. I remember at one point people were saying that he seems as if the coach is on the boundary telling the players what to do when the captain was out there on the field. But you learn on the job. But that's the first thing. You have to command a spot in the team. It cannot be a case where you are the captain and we're going to wonder if you can make the team for this game. You understand? You have to be able to make the team, and then you have to have the leadership skills. Sports to the bone. 1 point. Darren Sammy captained the West Indies team in Test, but his place was questionable, but became successful after a time. I don't know if he became I don't know that he became a successful Test captain. I don't know about that. I don't know about Sammy being a successful Test captain. You understand? But at the same time, his spot was probably questionable, yes, but he was in and out. He was playing. What you're asking for is if Imlak can come in. Imlak is not playing. Sammy was playing cricket. You understand? His spot was questionable because Dwayne Bravo was still there. Dwayne Bravo. This is me talking off the top of my head. I'm not going to remember the years and everything as it happened. But I'm almost sure that Dwayne Bravo was there at the same time and wanted to play. Even Bravo said it in an interview. You understand? So Sammy's spot was questionable because he had another bowling all-rounder bearing down his back. But he was still playing. Imlak just made his debut, so how is he going to captain the team? These modern-day money cricketers of West Indies care zero about Test cricket. Them gonna make them T20. We pretty much know that. We need the openers who will go after the bowling. One of the problems we have is that we begin too slowly, and that's the thing. If they are not confident in what they are doing, it's not going to happen. You understand? This is Sports One. That is your starting 11 for the next game. My starting 11 is the same one that I gave from the first team. From the first game, Amir Django will play. Amir Django has to play. So he comes in. I trying to remember what my team was. I had the same two openers, Brathwaite and Louis. I think I had Carty at 3. 4, I have Hodge, but probably that is where the change is going to have to happen. And I can't give it as yet because I don't know if Roach is fit. Probably that is where the change is going to have to happen. But no. I'm probably going to go with my same playing 11 that I had. So the two openers, Carty, you understand, Hodge, Arthanes, we have Amir Django, we have Greaves, and the same bowlers. You understand? Might make a change depending on what's happening with Roach. It might be a case where I drop one of the spinners and bring in Roach. It's a spinning wicket, yes, but if we have two spinners that doing the work, probably if we have another out and out seamer, they would be able to do some work with Jane Seals at the top and pick up wickets. But it's probably the same playing 11, that I had. All right. They dropped Tage, who averaged 32 for Louis, who is now averaging 21. What sense does it make? I don't know. I don't know how I can explain this to you. I don't know. Let's just say I don't know. I don't know how much sense that make. Why they do that? Will Darren Bravo walk back in the West Indies team? I don't know. Who do you Samuel add to the Test squad? Oh, I think he's asking who do I think Sam will add to the Test squad. He's probably going to bring up a couple of the guys, the youngsters there, but he's going to look at how they perform in the regional championship. So I'm hoping people like Teddy Bishop, Matthew Nandu, all these guys we have been hearing the names for years, but they haven't really dominated on that level for us to say yes, they are going to come in. But there are a couple of guys there that will probably come up. You know, Kevin Wickham is there. There's another batsman that probably you know, there are a few. I don't really see him going out there and trying to get all the quote unquote OD and T20 specialists to play. I think he's going to have a role of bringing in some of the youngsters. Brandon King need to play tests. The reason I ask is because I see our captains do not strategize. We seem to be reactive instead of being proactive, and we allow opposing teams to dictate the pace of matches. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, you definitely need good you need good captains. You know, you need people who understand the game, but at the same time, you know, you need people that can make the team. You know, it's a good question. It's a good question. So you would leave out Greaves too. I think that should really be the team. Leave out Greaves and play Django. Hodge plays spin all right too. He has guts. Yeah, probably that. But my thing is, you know, if I leave out Greaves, it would have to be a case where I'm bringing in Roach. You understand? And I still would have to play Django. You understand? So it probably would have to be one of the batsmen, because I'm not doing like what you're doing real TV. I'm not bowling one seamer at all. I can't play one seamer. Yes, I would have Bravo in. Okay. Let us see if he's gonna anybody from Trinidad, you know, if he's taking part in the regional championship, if he's a part of their trial squad or anything. I would have King in. We would have a lot of people in, but a lot of them don't want to play. Imagine what Cornwall would do in these spin conditions. Can imagine, yes. Quincy Rakim would love this. All right, it's crazy that ball was spinning that much on day 3. But the seamer, man. No, man, I can't go with one seamer at all. That is asking Seas for too much work, because it's going to come a stage where the Pakistan, especially Warrican, they might not be able to pick to milk Warrican, but it might happen where they are milking it from the other end. They might be milking it from the other end. You understand? And I don't want it to, if Warrican is bowling, I don't want it to always be a case where if the other spinner is not working, it has to be Seals. You have to have another seamer out there. But we're going to leave it right there for now, you know, my people. It's almost 2 hours. We're going to leave it right there for now. I didn't eat my Sunday dinner. I need to go and do that. I actually went to the barber to cut off the locks, came back, didn't have the time, had to come on the live right away. So we're going to leave it right here for now. We're going to definitely have another live before the next game. This is Ian. Bravo is not in the trials. So you see, so he's probably still taking a break, and I can't blame him, man. I can't blame him, because the last time he scored a bag of runs, they take him for that, you know. But we're going to leave it right here. My people. Thank you all for the support. Thank you for coming out. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts and everything. I appreciate the support. If you're on and you have not yet subscribed, you can, subscribe if this is something that you like. We like to come on and give our opinions. I have always said that coming on and having conversations, it's always the best thing. I do the videos and put up. I see you guys watching it and commenting, but doing the live shows, it's always a pleasure to read the comments and get feedback. Go and leave it right here for now, my people. Big up on yourself. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday and bless up. Yeah. Big up.